What is going on, gamers? Aevatrex here, and today I am going to be coming at you with a Lord's mobile video. And this video is going to be regarding the new beast that just came out, and of course, as you see him right there, the Gargantua. So let's take a quick look at him and what he brings to the table. So the damage type is physical. He is strong against high physical defense. So that means that physical attackers are not going to be doing much damage to him. His weaknesses is pretty much magical defense. Gargantua's skill can deal massive damage to its target and the heroes nearby. You may need more heroes that can recover HP to survive. So basically he's going to be dealing quite a bit of damage, so you're going to have a way to keep your heroes alive or for somebody to tank. But usually from what I have found, level 1s and sometimes even level 2s don't really do much damage, so you can go completely all out on just damage. But once you get to the level 3s and level 4s, depending on your level, you might need to start thinking about healers and tanks, etc. So just keep that in mind. It also has very high physical defense, so bring your heroes with skills that deal magic damage to tackle this one. So essentially, to create a hero, you want high magic damage on your team. So let's go ahead and show you the teams that I am currently using. Now it can depend on the heroes that you have, but I'm gonna show you exactly the team that I'm using, and it can kill a level 1 in 2 hits pretty much. So here it is. This is the team that I'm using. I'm gonna go into details as to why I'm using each one, but pretty much I'm gonna be using one tank, and then the rest are going to be a mixture of magic damage, healing, and also lowering magic defense. So it makes a good combination to attack him with. So let's go ahead and attack him and see how much damage we can do in one hit. There we go. So he's got 100% HP. One hit should probably do a little over 50%, which is exactly what you want if you want to kill him in 2 hits. There we go, 58%, which is not too bad. Now keep in mind that my monster hunting research really isn't that high. I haven't really invested too much into monster hunting. I'm more invested right now into my military and resources and economy, so keep that in mind. So since the first hit did 58%, usually the second hit will do more damage because of the monster hunting research buff that you get. So if you find a team that can do 48% damage, then the second hit should also be able to bring one of these bad boys down. Let's go ahead and go into the mailbox, see what we get from this. We get some of those items. There we go. Alright, so as far as the items that this new beast is bringing, let's go to the event items and go to the Gargantuan set. Now the blood-stained helm, this is basically the only item that does not have the ultra rare item drop. And the ultra rare item drop is basically the item that barely ever drops from just regular monster hunting, and you have to buy packs in order to get the item. But the blood-stained helm is pretty much the only item that you can get without buying anything. The only thing though is that it is going to take 4 legendary grades of the iron bolts, and for the purple one it also takes 4, so that's pretty much, you can chuck that up to being about 5 legendary grade iron bolts. And I don't know what the drop rate is on this, but that seems pretty high unless you buy the pack. So you can say it's free to play friendly, but it's kind of borderline in my opinion. But as you can tell, cavalry attack 8%, cavalry defense 8%, and cavalry max HP 8%. If your army is very cavalry heavy, that is a very good helmet, probably one of the best. Now of course the accessory is going to be Fear Drum, again another cavalry stat heavy item, and of course it does have good gold production rate. So if you're into cavalry, this is one of the sets that you really want to invest into. The Horn Cudgel is the main hand weapon. Cavalry attack goes up by 30%, which is pretty high, and then the cavalry defense 15%. I really prefer HP over defensive stat, but it does help. Now the trap defense that can be okay, but then the problem is that your wall can only stays up for like a few seconds, and I think that's something that IGG really needs to fix, is how the wall works, because it lasts for a few seconds and then it's repairing itself for like 2 weeks. It's kind of ridiculous. And then the last thing is going to be the Gargantuan Belt, which is the level 60 legs. It's got a huge cavalry attack of almost 40%, and then cavalry max HP of almost 30%, and then the army defense, which is huge because it's not just cavalry defense, it is army defense, which is huge. And then stone production is 50%. So in this pack, you basically get a lot of cavalry stat, you get some army stat, and then you get stone production and gold production. The only problem is that these items, like, it takes 8 legendary Gargantuan eye, just that alone. Okay, this one takes 3, and then this one takes another one. So yes, another one. That's a lot of legendary grade items, and that's a lot of packs that you would have to buy to get these items to legendary grade. So it seems like a very expensive set, and it looks like the only worthwhile item, unless you're heavy pay to play, is the bloodstained helm. I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to get at least the purple one, but this legendary grade one with these bolts are kind of ridiculous. Now let's go ahead and explain to you why I was using the team that I was using. Now, of course, Petite Devil, the reason for her is because of her high magic damage, and that is his weak point, so it's pretty much a no-brainer if you have a Petite Devil. The other hero that I was using was Child of Light. Now, a lot of people might think, you know, Child of Light is not a magic damage dealer, he is a tank, but here's the reason why I was using Child of Light. He reduces magical defense by 236, which means that your other magic damage dealer are going to be doing even more damage. And not only that, he is able to tank some of the damage, so it's very, very powerful. And he deals a decent amount of damage himself, so you can't really overlook that. Of course, the other one is Incinerator. Incinerator is just high damage over time damage with the Ignite and the Blaze. And then the Inner Spark makes her magical attack go up by a ton, so you can't discount that. The other one was Sea Squire. Again, Sea Squire might be one that you don't necessarily have to use. This is just the one I'm using for now. But of course, he does magic damage and he does restore HP, which is awesome. And then his intelligence goes up by 232, which means that his damage would also be going higher, so that's also a plus. And then the last one is going to be the Elementalist. Now, as you can tell, my Elementalist isn't very much leveled or whatnot, but it does deal quite a bit of magic damage. And here is the kicker: Art of Wind. It reduces magical defense by 383. You put that with Child of Light's magical defense lowering, as well as all the other magic attacks that are going to be going on, and they are going to be doing quite a bit of damage. And then, of course, magical crit increases, so it's just very, very good. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at these battles. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at one and see how it all went down. There we go. Child of Light goes up to him, pretty much is the tank. Now keep in mind these the HP of these heroes. They are level, the Gargantuan is level 1, so the tank and the healer aren't really necessarily needed for this one. But if I was to start hunting level 3s, especially like level 4s, that's when you would really start to see that you're gonna need a healer, you're gonna need a tank. And this team, especially if you have your guys leveled up more than me, like your Sea Squire, your Elementalist, you're going to be doing quite a bit of damage. So here you go. 58% I believe is what this one did, and look at that, it's already down to about 40% damage. So very, very powerful. It's actually pretty close to 59%, so that was really good. Let's go ahead and play that last one where it was defeated, and see how this team works really well. I am still working on my heroes, so this is just the team that I just came up with. Of course, there are other options out there, so you know, you don't have to necessarily just use this team. Plenty of other teams out there are going to be able to take him down as well, especially if you're doing level 1s or level 2s. But level 3s, that's where you really start to need some really high caliber heroes. There we go. Everybody's proccing like mad. Sea Squire's ultimate does a fair bit of damage. You can't overlook that. And there we go. We beat it with a good 14 seconds left to spare. So we would have probably done over 65% on that one. But yeah, let me know what teams you guys are using. Maybe you found something that's more reliable, even better. As you can tell, I'm actually forging my green bloodstained helm right now. I'm planning on taking that up to purple. Yeah, if you guys want to see more Lords Mobile videos, give me some ideas for videos, and I'll be posting this more often. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and until later, bye.